No, because what happened was an emergency broadcast message came across my iPhone and it knocked off my microphone. So thanks for letting me know that you couldn't hear me. So for those listeners out there, this is Johnny Vieira. I was trying to explain that I was going to bring him on as a guest to talk about VotifyNow. I held up the three tools, precinctstrategy.com, Precinct Strategy, Communications and Collaboration Platform, and then VotifyNow is the voter integrity tool. So take it away, Johnny.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Dan. First off, I want to tell your listeners and viewers that you and Steve Stern were the first sort of vocal advocates. So thank you for the support. Appreciate it. And I will tell you, VotifyNow, or tell all of you, VotifyNow is an app. It's think of it as a simple reporting tool, and there's a few different elements. Dan, if I go into the weeds on any one particular thing, let me know. And I'm going to try to just touch on a few of the basics very lightly. So the mobile app is sort of the tool for everybody to be able to report anything. They see something, they see anything suspicious, they see anything irregular, they can easily type up a quick description on it and submit it to VotifyNow. And this information, two things happen to this information. It comes to a server, the information will sit and live on a server where we will shoot it back out to everybody who has the mobile app on their phone. They can not only report incidents that they're seeing, any irregularities, any suspicious activity, they can also view other activity in their area, whether it's their county or their state. They can view these other things so that maybe something that they weren't sure, could have been suspicious. Well, now they see that there is several people reporting a white van at midnight pulling up to a drop box. And, you might not think that's something worth calling authorities on. You might just be wondering, what's going on here. But certainly if you see your neighbors around the block or maybe 5 miles down the road, maybe in the next town over, are also reporting similar incidents, it's going to certainly make you more likely that you will take it serious. And also, of course, the information is valuable. And I'm going to jump, Dan. You could, Dan, I'll expand on that further, but I want to tell you, people, there's this information that people report. This does not just sit in one place. There is an admin panel that basically it's a database where this information goes to, but this is a brand new thing that I want to share with your audience. We have created what we're calling a co-admin panel or a sub-admin panel. And what we're doing is we're giving all the individual counties, districts, precinct strategy organizations, we're giving all of them their own access to this admin panel so that there is no one centralized organization collecting and sharing this stuff. We realized quickly on when we were getting people that were app users asking, hey, what's going on with our information? What happens? Who's the company controlling it? So after brainstorming with my team for a while, this was probably a couple of months ago, we realized we needed to add one more function, one more system in the platform, and that is the co-admin panel, where now, let's say you, Dan Schultz, I know you're way too busy to do it, but if you wanted, we could assign you your own admin panel where you could then see what's going on in Maricopa County. You would be the one, you and your team could work with your own community and help really get a sort of geo-targeted operation going, so that this way, it didn't make sense for us to have one company looking at all these incidents across the whole country. We realized we needed everybody all working in their own community. So this is brand new. And the last thing I'll say is we will have the co-admin explainer video up on the website probably in a day or two. So the website is www.votifynow.org. And I'm not sure if there's any kind of a link from your site, but that's sort of the whole system. And again, I'm trying to not go into the weeds. If anybody is curious to see more, they can just go to the website and scroll down to the explainer videos. You can see the individual functionalities of the app on the website. So I encourage people to go to the website before they just download the app, watch the videos. They're very, very brief, maybe 1 minute long, and there's maybe 3 or 4 of them. There's subjects like election integrity videos, probably the most important. Also the candidate awareness, where we are. This is a really cool feature, and it's live right now, where we, meaning all of us, share a candidate, and then we ask users to give feedback on the candidate. This way we can know, is this person a rhino? Are they a good guy, a bad actor, good actor? And this is something that is now on the website. And but most important, of course, because the midterms are coming up, are the election integrity tools. So Dan, I don't know if I'm assuming you've got a question or two, maybe for your audience, or maybe I don't know if your audience is sending any questions, but that's kind of the overall picture. Again, there's the app and the users in the community. There's a co-admin database where the communities can all work within their own geo area. And yeah, that's basically kind of it. Anything more in detail is on the website.
Yeah, I wanted to just mention this. I remember, and maybe you can talk a bit about this. We've got about, I don't know, 10 minutes left to go. There's a scene in 2000 Mules where Catherine Engelbrecht is narrating what's shown on the screen, and what's shown on the screen is a line of voters going into a voting center to vote. And up comes a guy with a backpack, and he starts stuffing ballots into a drop box. I think this was maybe in Georgia, or I think it was in Georgia. Anyways, she's narrating what's happening, and then she's saying, and then look at the guy standing in line. He's trying to whip out his phone. He sees something that doesn't look right. He's trying to take a photo maybe, or shoot video of it. Of course, this is on surveillance cameras that are supposed to be there, so they at least were working that time. But a lot of times these cameras were not working. And the bottom line is this: if that guy had VotifyNow on his phone already, and he knew to look for this stuff already while he's going to vote, that watch out for ballot box stuffers, he'd have been ready to shoot video. He'd have been ready to take photos, and then he would have been able to report it. So do you want to talk a little bit about how VotifyNow, if we had millions and millions and millions of active voters ready to go to be the eyes and ears, how that could change the dynamic of attempts to steal the election through fraudulent votes?
Yeah, Dan, that's a great point. Even more, to add to that point, not only would the users be able to shoot this and submit it, but imagine if also people were able to look and view other things that are also being reported that same evening or that same week. This is by no means something that's just meant for election day. Imagine if you've got ballots just stacking up in your apartment lobby, and you're just seeing, ballots everywhere. Well, you could shoot this, and you could submit it, and also this information is then available for everybody to view. This is the critical part of why the VotifyNow is unlike anything else. There's no holding on to any of the information. There's no hoping that somebody retains some. Everything is instantly available for everybody to see. So there's no really holding back. I got to imagine, and this, of course, the app is somewhat new. We just rolled it out only a few months ago. I got to imagine at some point this will become a bit of a deterrent too, because if you know that nefarious activity is just instantly available for everybody to view with geo-targeting and hotspots getting, you got to imagine the bad guys are going to maybe think twice, or certainly it's going to change the game a bit if the information is being submitted by people, incidents are being submitted, any kind of activity, let's just call it irregularities. We don't have to put any major terms here. But imagine if this information is just instantly available for everybody to view, share, talk. Imagine how community leaders could go check out that spot that's being in question here, how quickly that could happen within hours. Certainly within a day or two, somebody could look into a suspicious Dropbox, as opposed to things right now with happening later and a year later and someone having to audit and hope to fill out an affidavit. I mean, God bless the people that do that, and I wish them all the best, but that is just a laborious process. So the whole thing with VotifyNow, what I'd like to leave, the last thing I'd like to leave with your audience is this is a very much preemptive, community-based, we're trying to sort of put out, I use this example all the time, we're trying to put out little campfires before they have a chance to, rage into a giant forest fire of cheating. So we're putting a spotlight on activities so that we could try to get somebody looking, get people talking about it before anything really could make an impact. So that's a critical thing, and I know the exact part of the movie that you're talking about, the documentary, and I'm glad you brought that up.
And then I think a couple of other things you might want to mention here, we've got about 3-4 minutes, is the fact that you can do this anonymously. You can download it. You don't have to give a real name. You can use a pseudonym if you want to stay anonymous. And it's nonpartisan. Democrats can download this, libertarians.
We've got a bunch of Patriot 1, 2, 3. We've got a bunch of names, right? So we made that an important part. And again, I thank you for bringing that up. We made that an important part of the system, is that you can report things anonymously. And we encourage anybody to use the app. I personally think that there's more likely that one side of the aisle may use it more than another, but we certainly do not discriminate. It's available for everybody. We don't get into the weeds with that. All we're doing is we're just basically the conductor, connecting two parties. One that is seeing activity that might be a little odd or irregularity, and then we're allowing those people to share it with everybody else, and we'll let them. We're just assisting in lighting up hotspots of activity, and again, we're not even the VotifyNow isn't even the end product. We're allowing communities to pick their own people who will sort of be the eyes and ears getting this data, and we'll certainly assist in any way that we can.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that some of these nonpartisan voter integrity organizations that are trying to recruit poll workers, recruit poll watchers, but also engage the individual voter. What I like about VotifyNow is that it allows voter engagement. The voters become sort of like the eyes and ears and the guardians of the process, to the extent 100%. That everything they see and hear and observe, they can report if they think it's nefarious.
Yeah, 100%. By the way, and I get we get people. There's a chat, and there's of course email customer support available, and we get people asking, well, who's it being reported to? And I tell my team, make sure everybody understands it's getting reported to them. The community are just sharing this information with each other. It's not necessarily, the idea is not to get reported to one centralized control center. The whole idea behind VotifyNow is let the communities just share the information with each other and let the chips fall where they may. If there's nothing going on, there's nothing to see here, then no worries. But all we're doing is getting the information out there. we're connecting two parties, people that are seeing things and people that are also might want to see what else is happening in their neighborhoods. And that's what VotifyNow does. There's some other things, Dan. I don't know. Maybe it'll be for another time.
Well, yeah, maybe we've got to do this another time.
Yeah, no
I've got to run. I'm expecting a visitor here, my son from school, in a minute or two. So I'm going to sign off. Thanks for being on my broadcast today. I hope you'll be able to use this interview to generate more interest, and I'll work with you on making that happen too. So thanks again for being my guest, and thanks everybody for listening, watching, whatever the case may be. Thanks.
Yes, thank you. Thanks for the time.
All right. Bye-bye.